strawberries and all that kind of stuff. And protein, a little protein. He'll eat some mealworms.
Okay, so we back. All right, so there. When we left off last time, we were just talking about what were we talking about? We were talking about like just female artists and
A place, a woman's place, like
yeah,
where their places at in this industry, where their places at in this industry, and
right.
those kind of things.
Yeah, like what, like
Which is, let me just tell you this, right? You can't really categorize all women the same way, all right? And sometimes there's specific things that just leads to them. For me, I always like to be careful because, you know, I am a hard ass and I think differently at times, that I like specific things. Like I like going up against specific things that a woman might be going through, you know?
right.
That right there is what I like talking about, and I like dealing with them. So I like my one-on-ones with women. I like my group sessions with women because all of us is not the same, and we all might not be going through some of these things. And some of us might really have it in us, but we just not showing it because of the blockages that's there. If I'm making sense to you, you know.
Right. So
So
when we talk about the blockages, like especially in the music industry, like especially with a lot of the men, and this is one of my questions I had, like for a woman to break through in the music industry, what does she have to do to break that barrier down where, you know, this is a male dominated business?
but it's also according to where she's going at in this game. You can't base everything because there's so many different positions. It's just according to where she's going.
Okay, well, let's just mainly what we're talking about right now is just being a female artist or a rapper, but like and a lot of females don't know, like
See,
you
I
said
can't
that,
talk on the thing of an artist. Like one is she got to believe in herself and she got to work. She got to take herself there so that somebody can represent her. That's a big thing right there.
right.
You know, she has to be coachable. She has to be willing to take real constructive criticism. She has to be able to take it. She has to develop tough skin. And she has to be willing to sacrifice some things.
But when you put those kind of things out there, and then like before when we were talking earlier, and you say you got to be willing to sacrifice things, but then you say a lot of the female artists are jumping in the game and they figuring that sex is the way to, you know, to get to the
They
get to
think
the
if
bag.
they go jump on the plane and go get some surgery and come back and pop they behind that they in there. Or if they think if they go in the studio and do a record or records that make them a star. And they think they're working hard. And I've been in here, but not really understanding what it takes. You come in as an artist, but you grow into an entertainer. And it's kind of different when you want to, and that's why when you brought up Beyonce, Rihanna, they're of a different breed. They're entertainers. Even Nicki's an entertainer.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So when she do something, she entertains. It
But
ain't
when
all that, it ain't all that BS or whatever, but they really bring you substance.
when I said those names, I was meaning like from the beginning of their career, like, you know, when like not from being
Let me
groomed
tell
to
you
be an
something.
entertainer.
I don't know. I can't speak on Beyonce. I can't speak on Rihanna because I never worked with them. Okay. I love Beyonce. Beyonce was an instrument also for me with Nicki. She did things for me back then, and her and Jay, and I really appreciate that. But I will tell you this about Nicki, and I tell anybody this. She made it very hard for me to deal with women. And she set a bar so high that my expectations is there with women. And she wasn't easy all the time.
Right.
But when you told her something had to be done for her career, for her to get to where she had to go, she shut everything down. She could be in the room cussing, yelling, screaming, kicking, whatever. But when it was time for her to step in and do what needed to be done, you wouldn't even know that we went through that stuff. You wouldn't even know she was pissed at me and going off, you know, and pulling a hissy fit. She was up at the crack of dawn. You know, everybody want to be in the studio at night. Nikki was there in the morning.
Right.
She didn't play. She worked out. She did everything and anything. She said, I want this, Dad. I'd never forget the words that she said to me. She cried when we went to Warner. We went to all of those places and they turned her down and said she would never be nothing. We walked out that building. She slid down on the building. She started crying and she said, why, Dad? Why? And I'll never forget, I yelled at her and I'm walking and we're going down the street. And I was like, you want this? And she yelled out, it ain't about who I know. It ain't going to be about my looks. It's going to be about who won it. She said, and Deb, I want this the most. I said, then get the fuck up and let's get to work. When I tell you that that girl worked, I tell anybody to her face behind her back, that girl worked for what she wanted. This wasn't handed to her. She went through hell and everybody turned her down. Everybody told her she wasn't going to make it. Everyone told her that. And I'm telling you, I know that bullshit they be talking about on TV ain't nothing. I know what she went through. And it wasn't easy. And I wasn't easy at all.
So
she showed that. And this is women, how fast they give up so fast. They want to go out with somebody in the industry, you know, and not knowing that these men are going to play games with you because of what you're throwing at them anyway. So you take their mind off for doing any type of business, at least music business with you.
Hey, Miss Deb, like back in the day, Queen Latifah and MC Lyte, you know, the different artists that had the style, kind of like what you was talking about, you know, not showing sexuality.
Right.
Why do you think them artists fell off?
Why did they do what?
Why do you think they stopped listening to that type of music?
Well, times change. You know, you look at Queen Latifah and MC Lyte and all the rest of them, that was the beginning of hip hop.
I'm saying, but it's people to this day that got music like that.
What I think what he's trying to say is like, you know, what the music is now, where it's more sexual and girls are more naked. Back then, a lot of girls didn't have
because sex sells. Let's be real about it.
Right, sex does
sell.
But let me ask you this.
But now it's getting old because if you've seen one, you've seen two.
Right.
They all look in like now. And now in the game, pay attention. They're going after the children now.
Right.
The kids are coming back in. When I came up, I had kids. I had Michael Jackson. I had the Osmond brothers. You know what I'm saying? I had kids my age that I could sit there and get with. Times are changing. This whole thing is going to change. They disrespected this game. Big time.
I was listening to Lil Wayne and Eminem talk about writing their verses and how they done said everything. We done said everything. And we done did every type of flow. And Lil Wayne was like, you know, some of the new flows he haven't did. And he's trying to tap into it. But, you know, it just, you know, the old cats are really acknowledging the artists more than you think they are.
But what do you mean that they're acknowledging them?
Like, you know, a lot of people, like the old people, like the young artists, like the older rappers don't mess with us, or they don't help us, or whoop.
I find that to be, let me just tell you this, Funky. You know, God bless the dead. I remember me and Betty Wright was talking, and I was telling Betty Wright that the older artists should take these younger artists and put them up underneath their wing, okay?
Right.
But in females, they caddy. You understand? They getting older. They can't accept the fact of that. You can't make them be who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that's a big thing. I'm definitely, and then also, I'm sorry. I also came out and told you that the men will do it, but the women don't.
Okay. I think Trina helped, like she helped Trap Beckham, like, and she helped another young artist out of Florida.
Well, before Cash Dog got there, Trina opened up the door for Cash, to shoot a video with her. You understand? So there are some artists, female. I'm not telling you that all of them. If it don't apply, let it fly. But the vast majority of them are messy. The vast majority of them are messy as hell. No matter what, they are messy. Even to the older artists. They don't want to guide, because if they guided these girls, it's so disrespectful. Like when they come in, when you get a girl that come in and it's her turn, they need to grace her and bless her, not go against her, not talk about her, not go through all of that stuff.
So let me ask you, Ms. Dale, back in the day, there used to be artist development. And that's what you really speaking on, artist development.
Well, that's what I did. That's what I did, and I still do it. So when an artist come to me and get pissed off because it ain't moving fast enough, then I'm not the person for you.
Right.
I'm not for you, because I don't do bubblegum stuff. Like when we come in, we staying in. We ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Period.
So Ms. Deb, so a lot of the female artists that's coming in, and like especially you, so we'll just talk not even from an artist side, but from an executive side. And this is a question that, I was talking to a couple guys I know, and I was asking them this: how do you feel about hip hop being 20 to 30 years old and there are no real Black music executives? Where she go? Can I hear?
She thinking, man, give her time.
I'm not thinking. I'm trying to find the best way to place this. Okay.
Like hip hop is 30 years old. We have no real Black executives, and then all the Black owned companies are really white owned companies.
Why is that?
I mean, because we're willing to take a bag. I mean, most artists, and like even when we talk about QC and as big as QC is, they funded by capital. So when you talk about like who is a true,
but QC still made his own money.
Right. I mean, they still make their own money, but they're funded by capital. So and that's a good thing too, because they're able to use that money for promotions and marketing the things that they need. So that's a good thing. But what I'm asking is, hip hop is 30 years old, and there are really no real Black music executives, and most of them are white men. So
you just try to make me start some shit. You try to make me start some shit. It's the same thing that here we are in Georgia, which is the Mecca.
Right.
We was the Mecca of music. Now we little Hollywood, big Hollywood, really. Because all the shows damn near is being shot here. Right. Why are we not signing no checks here?
Right.
I'm constantly asking that question. And here, let me help you with a little something. Time we get something, we want to sell it.
Correct.
Another thing with them, if you want to look at it with white people, no matter how they fight, that's why they play musical chairs in them labels. They fight like crazy. But at the end of the day, when it's come to sit at that table, they come as one. They know how to separate. Until we learn to separate the bullshit, then we ain't never gonna be there. Like down here, if QC is that head nigga in charge right now, right?
Right.
People should be behind him, supporting him to make it bigger so that everybody can eat some kind of way. Right. There was a building on MLK, that glass building that's there across street from the cemetery. Uh-huh. I wanted that building because I felt that could have been the building that lawyers, accountants, labels, everybody could have been in there. And we could have formed a unity so tight. You still do what you do. I still do what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, we take each other's back. There's one side that we put in a pot that starts being built for something bigger so that we can hold on. I don't want to say names that I sat down with people and met with them. Oh, get it started, Deb. Here I go again. And I'm a woman. But you sitting in a position that you can do this. And it didn't happen. So that's a hellified question, X. That question is so deep. It's like, let me tell you, to me, all of this play a role together, even to the stuff that we going through today, okay? We have no order in our households. And that's just real. That's why this tour I want to do, the Woman to Woman tour, because we have to take our households back. We have to take care and support our men so that we can strengthen them. Even in this bull that's going on right now, with this whole Black Lives Matter, with these police killing everybody, with all of this stuff, this is bigger than a color issue. It's bigger. The whole thing. It ain't about voting. It ain't about none of it. It's economics. Until we learn to break bread with each other, I don't give a damn what happens. It's going to continue to happen. We can't keep shitting on each other for no reason.
I agree on that.
Let me just tell you this. I done did more stuff in this industry, and every day I sit here and watch people hold their head up to my shit, to what I did. And they're being acknowledged for what I did. And people are telling me what I didn't do. So I never did nothing to these people for them to say the things that they say. I'm responsible for a lot of people, not just no damn artists or no producers, a lot of people.
Correct.
But they're not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing, because I continue to do what I do. But then it's the hating her. You sit there, you don't even know me. Don't say nothing to her. Oh, she broke. She can't do this. Or this one ain't messing with her. I have relationships. I just don't talk.
Correct.
I just don't get out there with these bubblegum people that doing all of this stuff out there that they writing the bloggers and all this stuff. I'm not with all that bullshit. I don't even need validation from nobody. I don't need it. I'm good at what I do. I don't need nobody to tell me, oh, she don't know what she doing. Some of y'all saying that is, you wouldn't be where you at if I didn't do what I did.
Real talk.
So at the end of the day, you could go through this all day and night long until we learn to come together and stick with one another and not be a crab in the barrel. And there's some people that take charge that will sit at that table and represent everybody. So, you know, earlier you asked me about, she gonna get me started. You see this shit, Funky? You see?
To say something. You
X, he's so messy. X, Funky. You know X messy. He can start me. Let me tell you something. You asked me something earlier, right? And I don't really play the politics game and all that kind of stuff. But you got to look at the bills that man signed against us. But Biden want to talk about, if you don't do this, you ain't black or whatever. And everybody pro him. Do your homework on him.
Thank you.
Do your homework on that man.
Speak on it.
I cannot do this messy stuff. See, one thing about us, we gotta have a finger to point at somebody. Yo, I remember a time that everybody was saying, I got Trump money.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of artists said, I got Trump money.
Trump tight.
Okay? But now Trump ain't nothing.
Right.
He's putting, if y'all let them Democrats in, we're going to be in trouble.
I agree.
And that's what they don't understand. Do your homework. Some people just fight because they want to be down, or others is out there because they want to be seen on. Everybody want to be on TV.
You just said it.
I cannot. Let me tell you. I know we're going off subject, but this all has something to do with it. You understand? Right. It all has something to do. I watched this thing on Clayton County with the 5 babies that the police stopped. The man stopped it because everybody was going crazy and didn't realize that there was a call that came in that those kids had a gun, right?
Right.
Now it pops up when the kids told the truth. They had a BB gun. That BB gun could have got one or all of them killed. I said in there, we have to pay attention to our babies and make no excuses for nothing by teaching them to pull their pants up and keeping their hair straight. At least you can't stereotype me. Because you know when a kid come through and their hair pieced up, their pants dragged down, they immediately a thug.
Right.
And yeah, everybody wasn't like that. And yeah, they did things to people that's not who they was. And people went in. With their hair and their pants got I went through a whole bunch of list of things that we have to teach our young black men.
But
they went into so much stuff. They went into they've seen nothing but hair and pants. Now, the real definition of having your pants sag meant something.
In jail.
It really meant something. You was good to some people if your pants were sagging.
Yep.
So some of these things, like, they have to pay attention. All of these things mean something. Learn to listen and listen to learn. That is very important. You have to do that. Wendy's. Why y'all let them white people come up here and burn down Wendy's?
Listen, Miss Deb, I've been asking
Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter?
Right.
There was somebody's mother there that needed Wendy's to pay her rent.
I put that in my post. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, somebody needed that Wendy's to pay their bills. But the other thing about that is, if we out there and we supposed to be as one, how we letting white people set fires, and we know we looking at these white people set fires.
And how about all the white people going in the store and coming out with tons of stuff? And when you go in there, you bust it.
And
look at their arrests. Look at what's happening.
People getting killed, man, trying to protect their own businesses. Like, I'm seeing that.
Listen,
people
I got one more deep music question, which is related to that.
We're coming back to that music stuff because all of this is gonna, like, let me just tell you something. Everything goes hand in hand with each other.
Right.
Everything. It all goes hand in hand with each other. Y'all gotta pay attention. Let me tell you something. Even from Trump, if you do your homework on that man, they had a dime. He played the game, and he played it well. He ain't put no gun in nobody's head for them to write all them checks to give that man all that money. He didn't own Trump Towers in all of those places. People used his name. He became a brand, and that's what people have to understand. To become a brand, there are things that you have to do for respect. You have to do, because your music is not what's going to make you the money. The music is the ticket to get you to go get the money. The money becomes branding. Companies coming to put that money behind you. You representing different things. Yeah. All that comes together.
Man, so let me ask you this. I gotta ask you this because I don't want to forget the question. That's why I want to stay on it.
All right, well, go ahead and ask you, because we're gonna come back to some stuff. We might be on a little longer because you want to get into some stuff. We really need to get into some stuff.
I want to ask you this question because and I know you can give me a good answer to it. When the Black Lives Matter and this whole racism thing started, the labels jumped out in support by, supporting by doing the Blackout Tuesday and that kind of thing. And I guess that was supposed to fight for their part of being a part of the movement. My theory was, if they wanted to make change in the music business, first of all, wouldn't they make changes to the contracts first? Shouldn't they make changes to the basic contracts?
Yeah, let me explain something to you. Let me tell you something. What these Negroes don't understand, they got insurance on your ass. it's so much stuff that they have on you. You are so enslaved and can't do anything. Some of these people contracts where they can't go anywhere. See, people call me a fool because I did on a handshake, a lot of things on a handshake, but not knowing that I still have things there to show what I did. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So yes, I still hold up in court, FYI. Because if I don't want to be with you and you don't want to be with me, then that's it. Let's go. But what's mine is mine. And it ain't going to be taken away from me during that time. But they're not going to change those contracts because those contracts are still slavery by keeping people in there so long. And while we're saying that, I need people to understand about the mixtapes. There are no mixtapes anymore. A mixtape is when you do a remake of somebody else's stuff. See, 50 started that and I organized it. OJ the Juice Man was the first artist ever to get a deal on a so-called mixtape, but it wasn't a mixtape. It was called the street album. As long as you give them that with a producer and it's a record, it's an album. And you better take your asses in there and get them deals chopped down. But I keep giving them all them damn mixtapes. They selling them. They making money off of them. It's an album.
Correct. It's definitely an album.
They don't like me.
So that, but I've been saying that. I've been saying, like, you know, once they took the DJ tags off the mixtape, it's an album.
Let me explain something to you. They better respect the DJs. The DJs, and you know I've been saying this for years. This ain't no new stuff. The DJs are the real A&Rs to the game. Because let me explain this. If you don't play that music in the club, if you don't play it there, their music ain't gonna go nowhere. Don't forget, radio only plays 5 records. Radio keep looping the same record back over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like the independent artists, y'all. I love the independent artists because independent artists is more of them than they are majors. And guess what? They got music. There are a lot of people there that's music, but it's whose check is the longest. You understand?
Right.
And there's a lot of bullying that goes on in that game.
Mm.
So you only get a few records that are played on radio, and you got to understand that the records don't play everywhere.
Right.
And that's why you got your Spotify's and all the rest of that stuff. If people come together and start finding people that they could talk to start pushing those things through and helping them that way in these distributions. I got distribution too. As long as they start doing that stuff, you won't have to go in there. And marketing, all that stuff, you can really do a lot of that stuff. You are the product. So you are the brand. It's the behaviors you have to change. It's just all these things that you have to get accustomed to doing.
So you also own a internet radio. Well, you did, or you do own the internet.
I still have my internet, and my internet is a billboard internet. It's BDS.
Right. So how important is that for an independent artist? Like, especially
it's very important. Let me explain something to you. Ex Black Youngster, ex Cash Doll. We played all of these people on that radio station. You know how many people came through that damn station? It's tons of people came through that station. The only thing I don't, you know, which is really bad because everybody gets on me about stuff. I don't do all that boasting and bragging and all that. It's for who it's supposed to be for.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
So I know you got a lot you're doing right now, Ms. Deb. So you gotta like tell everybody like some of the stuff. I know we've been talking about everybody else, but kind of tell people what you're doing right now.
So what I'm doing now, of course, you know, television.
Right.
Reality, but I'm also working towards getting into film. I've also just acquired a female football team, which is a real football team, the WFLA. Okay. And where women will be making money like NFL players.
Is it just tits and ass, or is it really a real
no,
football?
boo, this is see. Did
I'm
you just hear what he just said?
Damn, I'm just asking.
No, hold on. I want my nephew to hear that. Where you at, Hassan? Did you hear what he just said? He said, is it just tits and ass? Did I not just tell you how important that is? My logo, that's what we're going through. Because I want people to know we not selling sex.
Okay, but if you're not, okay, we're not selling sex, but how do you think
tackle football,
okay,
boy.
but if
tackle football.
Okay, but let me ask you this. But how do you think that's gonna fare with women? I mean, I know outside of the sex parameters, I know there's a worker day out there showing tits and ass because men gonna tune in. But how do you think that's gonna fare with women?
You want to know something that I was really shocked with? You know what I was shocked with? The support that I'm getting. The support that the WFLA is getting, period.
I mean, I know they're gonna get support.
I didn't think we was gonna get the support we're getting.
But
there are tons of men that are for this.
Right. I understand the male aspect, but what I'm asking you, a lot of people have tried to do the same type of football.
Sweetheart, let me explain something to you. This ain't about trying. It's a WFLA. It's real. It's real tackle. People getting real checks. Okay? This ain't about trying. We did it. It's happening.
That's right.
A try is a failure. Stop, Funky. Don't get in this yet. Go back to him. A trier is a failure. We ain't failing. Soon as COVID sit his ass down and they stop playing with this, we can get some stuff going. My combine is coming up. We not playing.
All right. So one thing I know you always say, Deb, you always say I'm pro female. I'm all about
I am pro woman.
Okay, so in saying that and going back to what we were talking about earlier, as far as like females getting into business and doing whatever it takes to succeed, what do you see right now as far as females? What is the next thing moving forward for them to do to excel in this business?
Okay, can I just say what I want to say?
You can say whatever you want to say.
So it's not long. Just legs closed and pocketbooks open.
That's been your motto.
You damn right. And it's going to stay my motto.
But expound on that a little bit. You got to expound because you say that, hold on, you say that, but there's a lot of females that may be listening right now that don't understand that.
How would they not understand that? There's your legs closed, your pocketbooks open, and it's time to get the business. Period. No more playing. You have to make people respect you. You have to make people know who you are. And if you want to be an artist, then you show them that that's who you are. Don't come with your titties out and your ass out. Show them who you are. Show your talent. Period.
So
what else is there to talk about?
So now let's flip that. Let's move from the artist realm. The other part of it is we know how easy it is for a female to get in being a rapper, but on the other side,
it ain't easy for a female to get in being a rapper, because you guys still don't take females seriously.
Right now, I think they take females seriously, Deb. I really do. You got more female artists coming through the shoot now than has ever been in the game, and that's all because sex sells right now. So that's why I'm asking you, like, what's on the other side of that?
So you think that's a good thing? I'm out of touch with that because I don't really get into that. I'm like back on R&B, just about listening to my music there. I don't follow the rap game. I follow the females that I dealt with. You know, I follow Nicki, like Being Real. I follow Castor. I follow the females that I deal with, and I see some of the new females that I converse with. Like I have females that I have touched that I've seen that I think they're fire. I DM them. Like I do little things like that, but a lot of the other stuff, I don't really get into it.
But like now,
you know what I'm saying? I like Cardi too. Like she's just crazy as hell, but I like her. You know, but a lot of the stuff, I'm not hard going into that right now. I don't have somebody that I want to push in. And I don't even care if I'm away from that part of it for a minute, It'll take me 2.2 seconds to jump back in, and I could follow suit right in.
But I'm pretty sure you've heard some of the music, like now, like especially like with the City Girls and a lot of the content, not more so of the artists, but the content of the music that the female artists are coming with now. It's all one directional. Like when I'm asking you this, what's the other side?
What that the next bitch can't do what they can do, or all that kind of stuff. It's still
Right,
the same damn things. It's still the same things. It's
But what's
still
on
the
the
same
other?
thing. What are you telling me that one is saying different? Who's saying something different? My
But right.
pussy's better than the next pussy? Tell me something different.
Right, but what I'm saying, what's after that? Because you know everything comes and goes. So where do you see it
These
going
kids
after
is
this?
coming back in. Pay attention. The kids are coming back in.
When you say the kids, you mean the younger kids, just like the kids?
Yeah, a lot of young kids are going to get deals.
And why would you say that?
Pay attention.
Content.
That's why I'm saying it. And you know damn well, X, when I tell you some shit, you know I'll be lying.
That's why I'm asking you,
You
because
know you be laughing and coming back. Just pay attention.
I don't see the kid movement right now.
Just wait a minute. You don't see shit because Corona got everything trapped up. That's all you see it. All you seeing is Black Lives Matter right now. All you seeing is people going through stuff and police killing people. It's so negative right now. But there's things going on. There's still things going on.
Nice. Okay.
There's still things going on.
You still got your ear open. I like that though.
Not just my ear open, I'm working. I'm always working. There's always been me. You can hear me, but you don't see me. You just don't know that that's me. I'm still there. I ain't never went nowhere.
So you still got your hand.
I am in the industry, but I am not the industry.
Correct.
So just because you don't see me walking on the red carpet, blood, or you don't see me at that party, or I'm not hanging out looking at people that everybody really don't like each other, whatever, that don't mean I ain't doing nothing. I like out of sight, out of mind. I started like that. Nobody knew who the hell I was.
Correct.
I was doing a lot of stuff. They thought that was a man. They thought it was a whole machine. It was a major threat. I was even a threat to them buildings.
Well, you know, I chased you for 3 years, so I know what you was doing.
Yeah, so the builders were threatened by me. That's why they came up against me and hired house niggas. Don't get me started.
Yeah, I want to get you started. When you say house niggas, expound on
You know
them
what the hell
niggas.
I mean. You know there's always a house nigga, field niggas. No matter where you go, no matter how mad people get, accept it. All of them know exactly who they are.
Somebody
who
said
likes getting that money, getting paid to do whatever they got to do to their people. Just like when they give an artist all that money to go sign up a bunch of artists that never come out. Why you think they do that? They got to shut things down so you don't interfere. We can't move on. There's a lot of things that we have to stop, but don't nobody want to hear that. I'll be crazy. I'll be all these things that they'll say. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to deal with that. Every day people rave over people that's doing what? Dragging them. And you ain't never going nowhere. I don't fit. I was told I didn't belong in the buildings. I was told I was the building.
Right.
So I was told. I was even told I didn't belong doing that. I need to stay doing charity work. I didn't fit that stuff. And fitting means if I had to blow smoke up your ass and tell you some BS to take your life away from you, yo, I want to sleep good. I sleep good at night. I sleep real good at night. I'm a lot of people, but there's just some things I can't do. I tell you I love you. If I tell you I fuck with you, I fuck with you. We like Chucky. We friends to the end.
Hey, Miss Deb.
I ain't never got to deal with you. I ain't never got to do nothing. You ain't got to see me. You ain't got to do nothing. But I'll tell you, I got you. I come from a different, like the era that I come from is different from today. I know what loyalty is. I was trained on different things. There are things that I cannot do that is hard for me to do. It's hard for me to get with. It's hard for me to accept. I don't know how to play a game. Last I checked, my dad's name was James Antney, not Milton Bradley. And that's just real. You know, people can say what they want. They could, however it is, but it is what it is. I am who I am, and that's it. And it's a shame that you don't get to know me. And you listen to stuff that people say.
That's right. I think
you know that's like every day. You know, I still be hearing people to this day say, "Oh, this one said you said that about." If you don't get the hell up out my face, I don't even see no. I don't even be around nobody. I don't even see nobody.
Right.
I see who I'm supposed to see. I go where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah, I had those mystery questions.
Huh?
I had them mystery guys too. But I think Funky had an online question for you too.
Go ahead, Funky.
No, I was reading a couple of the comments as we speak.
What they say?
Earlier we were talking about the music, and they was talking about what about country, urban, hip hop?
I think that's fire.
And then another person asked, labels will put your ass on the shelf. I'm just reading.
Damn right. Listen to me. Let's talk about that shelf move. Okay? That's what I just told you. Some people get signed because you're going to interfere with something that they're doing.
So you mean, so they really playing chess? They signing you for a reason for you never to come out.
They care about the checks they give you? That shit's a write-off. You getting excited. You know, they telling people now I'm getting 50,000, 25,000. That's a lot of damn money. That's a lot of money. Some of us never seen money like that before.
Right.
They know how to get you. They know what time it is. While you acting, you so thirsty and begging and going through that. I remember even French into that bitter war with him. He didn't care. Just signed me. It didn't matter. He wanted it just that bad. They regretted it afterwards. You know, even Nikki in the beginning, she didn't care. She just wanted to be in until she started learning.
Right.
And that's why some of her attitude is the way it is. People ragged her. A lot of these artists, they ragged them. They couldn't do nothing. I remember Gucci couldn't even go in the damn building. He couldn't even go in a building.
Wow.
They wanted his ass up in there because other artists was blocking him. You know, so, and now today you see all these people, soon as you get on, everybody become your friend. When you ain't doing nothing, you ain't shit. That's why I look at all this fake ass shit, all this stuff that they do. It's fake. Fake as hell. They don't tell a story. Every artist get up there and act like, well, you were born a superstar, okay? And everybody's their own star. But you make this stuff look so easy and never tell a real story about what it took for you to get to where you are.
They
and
never
what they understand, everything I did, I didn't do that by myself. I had a hellified team.
Right.
I had my team, I effed up by putting people in my shit that I should have never put in there. I messed that up. I messed me up. But my team was no joke. And they were good. So it was never me alone. There was people that was there. One person alone can't do this. When you come in, and they need to know that, even within them labels, you got people working your projects that you'll never meet. They have to understand what it takes to be an artist. And that's what nobody want to talk about.
Right.
Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to tell the truth. Nobody want to talk about them crying and not being able to do stuff and trying to put things together and fake it till you make it and all of it. Nobody want to talk. Yo, we had an old school car going to shows, and we used to park the car so far away because he used to be smoking. Yo, me and Gucci used to walk blocks to get there because we didn't want nobody to see the car. If we smoking, and we have to get some gallons of water and stop and get some water and pour it down in the radiator. Yo, we went through some stuff.
Right.
But don't nobody see that part of it though, Deb. They just see the
I wouldn't
fame.
change it for nothing in the world. My experiences, I would not change for nothing in the world. The people that I worked with, I would not change it for nothing in the world. It was real.
I agree.
It was real. And it is what it is. Regardless of whatever people think, however they think, it doesn't matter to me. You understand? For me to go against them is to go against myself. And that's how I feel. I get pissed when people come. The other day, I swear to you, if I didn't have 10 people call my phone, I didn't have none calling, talking, all this stuff. You know, oh, Nikki ain't there. She's doing a song with Tekashi 6ix9ine. She's doing like, yo, that girl up there, y'all try to kill her. Who goes through that stuff? She ain't from the streets. That's street stuff. How y'all coming with loyalty? How y'all pick and choose what loyalty is? Let's be real. How y'all pick and choose the codes that you want to follow and the codes that you don't want to follow? How you do that? I remember a time we couldn't do nothing coming places at that time because, you know, T.I. and Gucci shit, whatever. We couldn't go no place, right? And as soon as T.I. went to jail, I remember I was sitting there, same chick that was blocking us, saying all this stuff to us, going through that stuff. Yo, she was on there talking about how Tip was a snitch because he went to jail. I'm like, damn. I remember you couldn't come in nowhere because of how they treated you about that man. And as soon as that man got busted, y'all had so much to say about him. Do you really think I give a damn what people say?
Right.
Do you really think I care? I don't give a damn.
That's Atlanta's problem. That's Atlanta's problem.
Listen. Everybody gets a turn to go through that.
They sure
you know,
do.
look at Kelly. This ain't new about that man. Why y'all let that man go through that? Why everybody turn on him all of a sudden now? Why now? Why did this happen from the beginning? Because he didn't serve a purpose. Don't y'all understand every time a label trying to get rid of people too, that they do this stuff when you don't serve a purpose for them anymore? And in our culture, it happens all the time. But then we go in and feed into the bullshit.
Right. We destroy him.
You know, I tell my network, even when we doing growing up hip hop, like I be having a lot of beefs with that. You can't tell my story. You don't know what it was to grow up in that. You don't know our story. You know by the fictitious shit that people say. And then y'all play it there. And it goes like that. But that stuff be real to me. It be real.
Right.
And, you know, if people would just get up and just tell the truth. It's a lot of art. You know what's crazy? Shut up, Seven. She just said, huh? She said, huh? That's my bird. Like, listen to this. You'll get some super huge artists, right? And they was making it. Then a couple of years go down. Don't y'all notice that they all become broke and they depressed and all that stuff? The labels make all that money off for you. Where's your retirement money and stuff? Where your pension?
Right.
Where your stuff at?
Right.
Like, why are we not thinking about those things?
But that was the second part of my question when I asked you about the contracts. You know, it's like we spend all this time, you know, making these labels money and being in the industry, but when we get old, we get to be 50 and 60 years old, it ain't no retirement plan.
And you can't do this no more because it don't, you know, you can't have no 50-year-old person up there rapping.
Right.
That don't even look right. Who's your target audience?
Right.
What you gonna do? Go touring the nursing homes and stuff? It ain't your turn no more. Pass the torch.
Right.
The same way they do us. They don't want no woman coming in when she hit a certain age, she too old. Pass the torch. That's when you need to take somebody under your wing. That's when you need to pass this shit through. That's when it comes in, the mentoring that we're supposed to do.
Right.
That's what's supposed to happen. Each one teach one.
So you think there's a lot of old niggas that need to get out the way?
You know damn well, don't play with me, X. You know they need to move their ass on out the way. And you know they need to start training others. I keep young people around me.
Right.
My team is young because they teach me. They keep me in the game. I learn from them. They give me what they have and I give them what I have. And fair exchange ain't no robbery.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I don't want a bunch of old ass people up underneath me that's, got so old now, you can't do this, you can't do that. I've always been prudish in my own ways. I've never gone for a woman disrespecting who she is.
Right.
And those matters. I've always been like that. So this is not nothing new because I became older. But I want to pass mine on because my legacy is what means everything to me.
Correct.
I might not ever get to see. I don't even know if I've been successful because I'm not going to be here to see it.
Well, you definitely laid the groundwork. You definitely did that there.
People don't know that. They told so many lies on me. Shit, damn Gucci put the shit to who? He didn't write that shit. Somebody else wrote that shit. The damn white man wrote the shit, so I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. Well, goddamn. Where was you at when I was ducking bullets?
Right.
Where was you at when I had a fucking gun to my head? Where was you at? Where was you at when I was going up against people and going through it, but I don't know what I'm doing? That's some deep ass shit.
So let me ask you this, Deb. And we talked about artists. If it's a lot of young ladies that don't know how they want to come into business and they want to be, everybody can't be an artist. So
No.
what would you say? What would you say would be the first step someone would want? A young lady would need to take to put themselves in a position like you?
Oh, they don't want to be in my position. They want to be in a better goddamn position. I made a lot. I'm not ashamed to say I made a lot of mistakes, X. I didn't know everything. I just made it look good and I don't cry. I'm not going to sit here and complain every 5 minutes and go through that shit.
I mean, but there for somebody to you don't walk in the shoes of a lot of men ain't walk.
It's funny for you to say that, right?
I mean, you done some things. Hold on, Deb. You done some things that a lot of men that's been in this business 20, 30 years haven't done.
You know who told me that the other day? He called me and he said, I was just thinking about you. I'm gonna tell y'all who this was. And man, I was just talking. He's like, what's going on? I was telling him all this stuff. He's like, you always got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I said, I know. I said, I need a manager. He bust out laughing. Said, who in the hell is gonna manage you?
Yeah.
He said, you did shit that us niggas ain't never did.
Right.
Who's gonna manage you? And I don't understand that. I don't understand that because I want to feel like I'm protected too. I want to feel that somebody is looking out for me also. I want to feel secure for a change and not feel like I have to do everything. I know, Seven. I know, baby. My bird getting into this shit, honey. Sure, I know, boo. I want to feel that way. So it's like, damn, why do people think like that? And then, the name of my book is called Unmanageable Me.
Perfect.
Like, but I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way.
But Deb, it like, and I say this with all respect. I mean, when you talk about some of the big dudes, and you've been at Warner Brothers with Todd. I mean, even though we know who Todd is, but you sat at the table with Todd, and you've been in the room with Leo and a lot of the big the big dogs.
You know what's funny? Can I tell you something that's funny? Before Leo got to be who he was, I remember Leo when he was carrying the bags for DMC and them.
Right.
He was like their road person, the road manager. And that's enough to tell you a lot of stuff.
Right. Because you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? So, but Deb, I didn't keep you long enough, man. You got anything you want to say to everybody before we get you out of here? Because if I keep going, you're going to say something going to get you in trouble.
I know, no, ain't nothing going to get me in trouble, baby. I say what I say, and I stand on what I say, period. I just don't talk to everybody. I love y'all, so, y'all can sucker me into shit, because... You know how to, you just really, I'm telling you, y'all taking advantage of me right now. Ladies, that's the kind of stuff that you have to be aware of. When you get these gentlemen and they know you got love for them, they know all this stuff, and then they use you to say all this stuff that the next day you'll be all over the blogs. She said this and she said that.
Nah, but you said some real shit, Devin. I love you enough. I would never put you in no bad light.
Oh, I'm not gonna put myself in a bad light.
And I think like one of the main reasons why I wanted you to be on was because when me and you talk, a lot of times I be going, damn, I wish everybody could hear this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you be saying a lot of shit from the heart that female artists, rappers, producers, and a lot of people need to hear. Because like I said, you done some things that a lot of people have been in a lot of places that niggas that's been doing this shit 20, 30 years haven't achieved. You know what I mean? So
it ain't easy though, but that's all they need to know.
And
You're damn right. They better put some Timbs on. They need some steel toes.
So steel toes the stomp, huh?
Because it ain't when you going through it, they just have to know what they're going up against. And you have to understand what is it that you hope to gain out of this. And you can't sit there and think about the money. It cannot be all about the money, okay? You already know if you're going to work, you got to get paid. But you got to set some goals in place. I'm telling you, because you will get lost. Yet people have to understand, and I hate saying stuff like this. I'm not no religious person, but I am a spiritual person. And you have to also know who was the angel of music.
Right.
Because that's whose grounds you playing on. You playing in his field. You have to understand that everybody and everything you deal with just might not be who you think they are. And that's just real. I done got suckered thinking people we were so all right. And I got you and I'm gonna look out for you and I'm gonna do this. And it turned out to be something totally different. They were stabbing me the whole while.
Right.
It is what it is. But then you have to take that and place that in your book of lessons and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let that stop you. You can't let that stunt your growth. You have to be able to get up, brush off, clean up, and keep it moving. And that's what I got to say to them women. You got to keep it going. And some of them are not mothers yet, so they wouldn't understand that part. But at least you know you don't want that rain falling on your head. You don't want to go sit in the office and go to the table telling them you don't have no money and you begging for food stamps and asking them to help you. You understand? You don't want to be sleeping on that tent on the highway or underneath the highway or any of the rest of that stuff. You have to think about what is it that you want to get out of this and what is it that you want to do. And it's not just you want a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or a big dookie ass chain or all of these things. you have to know what you want. You have to know that. And that's crazy because when we first did this, we was at the table going through the definitions of like swords and arrows and the shield and all of that, and this logo that I want for these women, knowing what this means.
Right.
Even for them, when I sit down with them, they're gonna get the same talk that an artist get from me.
That's
the
right.
same talk. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna cushion them right through. I'm gonna be there to wipe the dirt off of them or patch that little bruise up and get them to where they gotta go. They have to understand, and they have to be loyal. They have to be committed. And love don't live here, ladies. You gotta know that. You cannot be in love and try to do this. You can't go through that. That's the problem with women, why they don't come through too. They be in love. Or they get PMS. And it's that time of the month and they going through all kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, you
And
definitely
then when
can't
you
do that
come
shit in
in,
this business.
huh?
You can't do that shit in this business.
But that's how it is. That's why women haven't came out for so long. Because, you know, for a man, they can put on a t-shirt and some jeans and they there. But for a woman, when you've been wearing clothes from Targets or Walmart, now you want to wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton. You can't even spell it.
Ms. Deb, you ever thought about putting a management firm together?
I did. I one time I did.
I think that would be the perfect role. But this another question I wanted to ask you, and I know I said I was gonna let you go, but I think a lot of artists want to know this because you have played the management role. What makes a good manager?
I never was a manager. Honestly, I really wasn't. People called me that.
That's another misconception.
Yeah, people called me that. I was Gucci's partner. We was partners. And then it came into people start doing something. I was just doing what I had to do in order for us to get to where we needed to go.
Right.
Period.
So it was never a title. You just did whatever it took.
I never took titles on. People just give you titles. People give you these titles. It's the same thing with television. I tell people, I am Deborah Antney. I don't know who you are, and I don't know who you think I am. And I'm not responsible for who you make me out to be. I'm only responsible for who I am, and that is Deborah Antney, and I am human, and I make mistakes, and I make very good moves too. Right. So it's good and bad. I'm human.
That's correct.
It's just that I was at the right place at the right time. And it's all about hustle. I got hustle in me.
You do got that. That's what I love.
I got a lot of hustle in me. And you know, it is what it is. But it's like, it's kind of like hard. It's like by any means necessary, because for me, failure is not an option. That's why I don't give up on Johnny. Failure is not an option.
Let me ask you something.
Huh?
I ain't going there with you, Deb.
And it's okay. I just have to say that because people seem to think that they know so many things. She ain't never been disrespectful to me. She might talk shit out there to people and do whatever, but she's always respected me. People go through that television bullshit and think that it is what it is, and it's okay. But I'm always going to be somewhere around, and people have to understand that. Any of my babies get in trouble, I'm there. I don't give a fuck. I'm there.
A lot of people don't know you was at the anniversary with her.
Last year.
This year.
You've been to the last, I think, 2-3 anniversaries.
Mm-hmm. Like, people just don't understand. I support them. Like, it no matter what, I support them. You know, people be telling me stuff like, oh, I don't know why you protecting this person, and that one did that to you. I don't give a damn what they did. They did what they did, but that's not gonna make me be who you want me to be.
Right.
There's nothing that they could do about it. They will forever be a part of me. I birthed a lot of them.
Miss Deb,
I think you rebirthed Johnny.
Miss Deb, there's a lot of people on here.
Damn right.
There's
a lot good she doing.
There's a lot of people online trying to figure out, hey, if you did do a management firm, or how can they contact you now? Or you know, They just trying to.
I'm always doing some sick shit on Instagram. That's my favorite place. Out of all the places is Instagram. I'm just there. And at late at night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock at night, I'm answering my DMs. I'm answering anything that makes sense. I'm answering them. I have conversation. Periodically, I do lives. I do music lives where I just let people go in there, spit a record, start rapping, start singing. We be having fun on there doing that. I do that. So I'm still very much in touch. I like those times when I can sit there and talk to people. And when we online, I have fun with them, but I really tell them some stuff. And I help them when I can help them. But at the end of the day, I still got a roof that's over my head. But you know, I built a distribution. Shut up, Seven. I built a distribution company for the independents. And what I'm doing now, what they're working on is I'm placing my radio station inside of the system so that you can go there and send your single to radio.
Okay.
And the thing it is that I'm worldwide. I'm not in one spot. You know, so my radio station's in Africa. My radio station's in London. Literally. London's about to kill me if I don't get back on. Hello, baby. If I don't get back on there. You know, so hopefully next month we'll be in the new place and everything will be up. But we are going crazy and really working with all of this stuff. And that's all I want to deal with really is independent artists.
Right.
That's all I want to deal with. I like that. I like to know that my hands was there from the beginning. And people have to understand there's seasons, there's reasons, and there's lifetimes. And I believe that I'm there at times for a reason to get you to where you need to go. So you can jump to that season, to that next one, and do the lifetime of what you wanted to do. So everybody ain't yours to stay. Everybody you can't have forever.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know why you're sent there and why you're doing this. And that was something that I had to come to terms with too.
Right.
People need to understand that.
Deb,
but I'm not stopping, huh?
You know you nonstop. You know you go. They can't stop you, baby. You already know how you gonna get it.
Yeah. I'm already there. I'm already ahead of them. Like when they think somebody's sitting there, I'm never sitting dormant. I'm never sitting dormant. My mental, it's freaking crazy. I just got finished telling somebody I want some Adderall. Shut up, Seven.
Seven want to get on the screen. Can we see Seven before we go?
You want to see Seven?
Let us see
She's
Seven
yelling.
before we get out of here.
Why she don't say nothing when you go there? Watch this. She ain't gonna say nothing. Watch this. She just running her mouth. She going, hello. Watch this.
She been talking the whole time you've been talking on the interview.
Baby, you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi to X. Say hi. You mad? You being disrespectful? Huh? Say hello, Seven. Don't do that. Say hello.
Hold the phone down a little bit more. There you go.
Say hello.
Hey,
Say
Seven.
hello, Seven.
What's up, Seven?
Say it.
Dude, cock-a-doo-doo.
Say hi, baby.
That's a rooster. They ain't no.
I know it is.
Say hi. Say hi, babe. Say hi.
He know how to get in the camera, don't he?
Yeah. Oh, he look. Shut. Don't say that. Don't say that no more.
What'd he say?
Don't do that. Don't do that, Seven. That's disrespectful.
What'd she say?
Don't do that.
Oh my God.
Don't do that. Shut up. Don't do that.
Turn your camera around on Instagram.
Who?
Your camera
My camera?
on Instagram.
I'm straight on Instagram. Deb, so before we get you out of here, man, I love the conversation we had. And you know we about to go back in the building probably in about a couple of weeks. So you know I want you to come through there. Like I say, before we get you out of here, you got anything you want to say, and then we're gonna wrap it on up and get out of here.
No, just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Just stay tuned.
I like that.
All right. So I'm gonna let you go. You have a blessed night. And that's always, you know, I love you, all right?
Love you more, sweetie.
Love you,
All right.
baby.
You have a
Love
good
you
night.
more. Hey, Funky.
And tell Seven stop making all that damn
He,
noise.
look, he talking crap now.
Right. Deb, I'm gonna call you tomorrow though, so we can lock up out that business though, for real.